Hi, this is Rabbi Jeremy Lawrence from the Great Synagogue in Sydney. This week we read the double parshiot of Vayakhel and Pekudei, which bring us to the end of the book of Exodus. The parshiot tell of the construction of the Mishkan in the wilderness. Almost all of the details parallel the parshiot of Terumah and Tetzaveh, which we read a few weeks back, where the blueprints of the Mishkan and the design of the robes and vestments of the Kohanim were dictated by God. There is one notable exception to the repetition. Our Parsha Vayakhel introduces a new vessel, the kior or laver, used by the Kohanim to wash their hands and feet. The Torah tells us that the kior was made out of the copper mirrors brought to Moses by the Israelite women. And the Midrash fleshes out the story, explaining that Moses was reluctant to accept the mirrors as a gift. "These are objects of vanity," he protested. "They have no place in God's sanctuary." God, however, contradicts Moses and explains that the gift of the mirrors is the most precious gift of all. When the Israelite men had been slaves in Egypt, they had become depressed about the future and wondered what purpose there was in life. They had separated themselves from their wives, and they were certainly not going to bring children into that kind of horrific world. According to the Midrash, the women would beautify themselves in the mirrors, and they would tease their husbands playfully. They would say to them, "Look, I can see us both in here, and I am far prettier than you." And the men would be drawn away from their melancholy and back into their families. Mirrors can be tools of vanity, and lust can be a tool of destruction. But here, the right motivation turned the mirrors into a tool for good, and a precious and acceptable gift in the Mishkan. I think one significant message in the Midrash is the way the mirrors are used. They weren't just for personal preening, which is what Moses had feared. They were not mere tools for vanity. What was it the women said as they looked into the glass? They said, "Look, I can see us in the mirror." Not "look, I can see me," but "look, I can see us." There was a little bit of teasing, but the goal was to strengthen the relationship and the partnership. Most of the Mishkan was pure molten gold, crafted structures, specially woven fabrics, new creations from the purest of materials. And of course, purity has a welcome and natural home in the Tabernacle. But we're told that each mirror remained distinct in the kior and didn't need to be broken down and made anew. Of course, it's normal for us to be mindful of God in shul, but when we take our normal living and make it holy, and when we bring sanctity into our daily lives, when we do something ungodly in our most intimate relationships, that is the most precious gift of all. It works as a looking glass, and it works as a metaphor. Looking in the mirror isn't just about how beautiful you and I are, it's about seeing how beautiful our relationships can be. Reflect on it. This is Rabbi Jeremy Lawrence from the Great Synagogue in Sydney, wishing you and all your families a Shabbat Shalom.